When most Bible readers think of 1 Corinthians, they probably think of one of the messiest letters, one of the messiest churches in the New Testament. There's all kinds of difficulties that they're facing there at the church at Corinth. And yet it's a beautiful thing to see how God uses the very challenges that the early church is facing in order to teach the church, and through them, churches in every age, including our church, so many beautiful lessons. So just a couple of examples. 1 Corinthians 15 is probably the most beautiful passage regarding the resurrection and our glorification and the return of Jesus Christ in all of the New Testament. And yet that passage, the beautiful passage we love to quote about God is overcoming the sting of death and the victory of the grave is overthrown. We have that because there was a heresy afoot in the Corinthian church regarding the resurrection of Christ and whether or not Jesus had really risen from the dead. Likewise, the most famous passage probably from 1 Corinthians period is 1 Corinthians 13 and the famous passage regarding love. And yet that passage is not a passage, just a philosophical exhortation regarding what love looks like. It's a practical exhortation to the church following 1 Corinthians 12 and the reality that there are a diversity of gifts, there's a diversity of challenges that the church faces in real life. And so therefore we need real life love. 1 Corinthians 13, love that forbears, love that cares, love that keeps on going and keeps on giving. And so I look forward together as a church to study through the book of 1 Corinthians and see in it how God is turning our challenges, our real difficulties, our differences, and even doctrinal errors. He is turning it for our good and His glory as we see the answers coming from the Holy Spirit Himself through the Apostle Paul, through the church at Corinth, to us still today.